Hello and welcome to the stream. I've been doing this over on Twitch and thought I'd move over to YouTube today. So what we're doing is we're remodeling the Bal'Ramos Dungeon. I'm doing what's commonly known as blocking out. Give me a second while I adjust my monitor. You can hear some popping and all that. So what I'm doing is known as blocking out. This is where we use simple shapes, simple models to create what we're trying to make. And once we get that in, we can bring this into the engine. We can apply nav mesh to it. We can, excuse me, sorry, my daughter just got us sick, so I'm going to be probably clearing my throat a lot. Anyway, yeah, so we'll bring this in the engine, throw nav mesh on it, throw mobs in it. We get to test out the play space. The reason why we're redoing this is because we have a new character controller coming in, which allows for better climbing. It allows for walking around on moving platforms, all sorts of stuff. So we get to do a little bit more with our dungeons and our environment. We get to be a little bit more interactive than we've been during beta and early access. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to this. So what I finished last time was this bridge that players will have to lower, so it'll start out raised. And players will need to, up on these pedestals, will have, like, you know, some elites standing here. Players will come up here, pull this lever. Well, so what you'll need is you'll need 3 people to operate. First person pulls a lever, and the lever will unlock the wheels, as you can see here. So once the wheels unlock, they'll kind of move forward a little bit, and then they'll stop in place. While that person is holding that lever, the other 2 players will have to rotate these wheels down here. And that will help lower the bridge, and obviously it won't be that fast. And while that's happening, the last 2 players are going to need to defend these 3 from any mobs that come down from here, spawn in, you know, any elementals that come in out of this lava right here. If either one of these 2 people stops turning their wheel, the bridge stops moving. They have to turn it in sequence together. If both of them let go of the wheel, the bridge will start lowering itself again. If the person that is holding the lever lets go of the lever, the lock will come back down into place and stop the wheel from turning. So the idea is that it's kind of a group effort to be able to get through some of this. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to just kind of keep moving along with this. And yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything, just like on Twitch, you know, I'm always up for talking and answering any questions or anything like that. Yeah, so I'll be right here. thank you again for joining the stream. How's everybody doing tonight so far? I feel being tired. What's making work crazy this week? I feel being tired. What's making work crazy this week? So what I'm doing is kind of commonly known as blocking out. So it's using really simple shapes. Hold on, really quick. Sorry. um, it's using really simple shapes to just kind of define what you're trying to work on, and then once you have that defined, you can then turn around and use go through and texture model. For a lot of the volcanic assets, we have, we've got stuff already that we've made up for. That's like Falls End, I think it's called, or Ember Falls. I can't remember what it's called. It's changed names so many times. But yeah, there's a lot of assets to be there, so those will get used in place. Some stuff I'll make new if I need to. Like a lot of this kind of overgrown, like kind of dried up lava stone right here. I'll model something new out for that. And yeah, like all these walkways, these citadel stuff. So I've got some pillars I can already use. I've got a gate that I can already use. But yeah, like I said, this is just kind of just kind of like a quick kind of throw together. Like I was saying earlier too, what this lets us do is this lets me define our paths, and we can turn around and add nav mesh and everything to this, so we can test running around, test fighting mobs, test climbing, any other mechanics that we want to do, without having to put tons and tons and tons of time and effort into modeling it all up and then say, okay, well, this doesn't work and that doesn't work. So blocking out kind of lets you test before you fully commit to different parts of your work. I always recommend it. It's a little bit harder to pigeonhole yourself when you're doing that. Yeah, that's my player scale. That's something else you always want to do, especially when you have climbing and jumping and all that, or if you want people to have to crouch under something or reach up for something, you need to have consistent idea of what the player scale is going to be in the space. Something else you always want to do, especially when you have climbing and jumping and all that, or if you want people to have to crouch under something or reach up for something, you need to have consistent idea of what the player scale is going to be in the space. Hello and welcome to the new people that have joined. Hello and welcome to the new people that have joined. Is it? I guess it is. I guess it's easier to find on YouTube than it is Twitch. I liked that Twitch Studio thing. It was a pretty nice interface, but apparently YouTube added their own integration to OBS, which is nice. So there's not so much. I don't have to do so much of the website anymore. I just use OBS and just go live whenever I want. Change out the description, title, images, and all that. So yeah, it's nice. Apparently, YouTube added their own integration to OBS, which is nice. I apologize in advance if I don't mute my mic fast enough to cover a cough. Okay, so like my hope is that what this is like a little like log flume thing. So like the players, get on here and then it'll kind of like carry you down to here, and then whoop, drops off. And so you've got to try to. I don't know where it'll be just yet, but I'll have a platform, and as it drops, you need to jump whoop over to there. Otherwise, it'll just be if I can't get the moving. If I am not a developer. The lava. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that too. When it comes to game stuff, sometimes it's so hard to not, pull inspiration from, 30 years of playing Super Mario when it comes to some of this stuff. Yeah, I know. I was thinking about that too. But yeah, otherwise it's going to be kind of like a lily pad hopping, up down here. And I'll have like I'll move this really quick and give an example. So like, have one like this big. And then it'll be big enough, to house a mob, an elite or two on it. So that it's not just, hop, 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 and you're down. It's hop, hop, challenge, hop, hop, challenge. Yeah. Have to jump on all the heads of all the mobs. So my plan, if it's just jumping, is there's going to be like little fireballs, like kind of jump, like doing like splash damage on these pads. So you'll jump to one. It'll take splash damage, right? So basically, you have to time when you're jumping. You can't stay on the one you're on too long because it's going to start getting splash damage on it. Little AOE. Like the lava balls will pop up, cause splash damage. So you kind of need to jump from one to the other kind of quickly. You're going to be taking damage. I think the way to incentivize trying to be safe is like the last pad will have mobs on it to fight. That way, if players get there damaged, they need to either be healed right away or they need to try to avoid taking damage. I think the way to incentivize trying to be safe is like the last pad will have mobs on it to fight. That way, if players get there damaged, they need to either be healed right away or they need to try to avoid taking damage. Yeah. I'm going to be staggering larger platforms, smaller platforms. Just kind of playing with it right now. I think what it's going to be is I like the old school game method of like teaching you before like putting you into the challenge. So I think what it's going to be is like the last one can stay and be that, but like the larger ones will be up here, starting you out. So it's not too hard to jump like from there to there, right? So yeah, you'll jump there to there, and there'll be like some big blocker thing, so you can't just climb up in here. I want the walls to be tall enough that you can't just skirt along that. So we'll put some sort of blocker there, and yeah, well, as you get out here, they'll get smaller and smaller as you go, and might even kind of push the jump distances, and that's something we have to play with in engine. Like test the jumps, make sure that it's not too hard or impossible. Might even kind of push the jump distances, and that's something we have to play with in engine. Like test the jumps, make sure that it's not too hard or impossible. You know what I wonder if we could do is instead of having AoE splash damage on it, the longer you stand on them, they'll start sinking down into the lava. You know what I wonder if we could do is instead of having AoE splash damage on it, the longer you stand on them, they'll start sinking down into the lava. Pretty sure that can of beans has been up there since A2. Yeah, because I think Sax and Nervly found it up there. Pretty sure that can of beans has been up there since A2. Yeah, because I think Sax and Nervly found it up there. Yeah, I think that'd be I kind of like that because we can use that for a lot of other stuff, you know. I mean, any of this stuff, splash damaging, moving platforms at players, you know, kind of right along. It's all stuff we'd use. It's all about, you know, designing a mechanic that can work in more ways than one. I mean, any of this stuff, splash damaging, moving platforms at players, you know, kind of right along. It's all stuff we'd use. It's all about, you know, designing a mechanic that can work in more ways than one. Nah, um, I don't think so. The thing that hits the Quest 2 is more graphical than anything else, typically. Well, I mean, it all. I say that, but it all hits the Quest 2 because, like, you can have a high fidelity graphical game on the Quest 2, and typically anything like that's going to be very small in scale. I mean, it all. I say that, but it all hits the Quest 2 because, like, you can have a high fidelity graphical game on the Quest 2, and typically anything like that's going to be very small in scale. Actually, we will be getting a PTR spun up pretty soon to start testing a lot of the back end stuff that we need, you know, just kind of like widely tested and regularly tested. Actually, we will be getting a PTR spun up pretty soon to start testing a lot of the back end stuff that we need, you know, just kind of like widely tested and regularly tested. Oh yeah, that's why we want to get the PTR spun up so that we can get all those people, help them with all that. Oh yeah, that's why we want to get the PTR spun up so that we can get all those people, help them with all that. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Hello, what's up, Light? Oh, is it? I didn't think it was set that high. A bit of a jump puzzle, yeah. Unless I can avoid it. If I can get it so that these kind of move, that's what I'd prefer to do. Yeah. So, Victor, the plan is there's going to be little like lava balls kind of popping up and landing on these and causing like splash damage on the pads. So you can't stay on them long enough, else you just start taking damage. The other thing I'd like to try to do is the longer you stay on them, they'll start sinking into the lava and you take damage. So you need to jump off them fast enough. So there'll be a reason not to just stand on it. You'll need to move kind of quickly. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the support. I really do. We've got some big updates coming to it in the next handful of weeks. Looking to get in the character controller update, starting to roll those out, as well as some. I think we've got like the melee combat fix stuff is coming soon. Mob AI stuff is coming soon. Got a lot of good stuff coming. Yeah, Warden Pets, that's another thing that's getting looked at pretty soon. I know Xander started messing with like the vanity pets, I think, along with blacksmithing and something else. He's been messing with a few things on the back end. It's getting a little too zigzaggy right here. I think I want to. Oh, I think I have an idea. Oh yeah, getting some form of bacon in would be great too. Yeah, I think that's part of what's being like we're kind of working on pets and all that with the goal of having the pet battling and everything. And hey, John, we merged the servers. Oh, what was that? Last Saturday, last Friday. We did it at the same time that we did the winter update. Hey, thank you so much, John. I really appreciate that, dude. I really do. I always take all the kind words and screenshot them and everything, and take them back to the team. Yeah, so graphically, I've got my tech artist is working to get like the look of the game. You know, the style isn't gonna change, but like the look of it and like the quality of it is going to be getting brought up for PCVR. That's one of the things it gets worked on in between other things going on at the moment. I think I've come up with an idea. What's a jumping puzzle without having to walk across a precarious log? Everyone loves a precarious log. That's awesome. I hope, I genuinely hope that somebody gets to this part and they see that it's like, oh, it's a jumping puzzle, and then they get to the part with the log and they just groan audibly to their party, and they're like, oh yeah, this total trope this guy went for. Okay, so I'm not going to make this too complicated because once again we need to be able to like test this, but I'm going to give it a little bit of shape. So we want at the bottom to kind of like, so we're basically making a stone log. So what you doing? Oh, wrong thing. There we go. My bad. Does the stream look good to you guys? YouTube keeps complaining to me that the bit rate's like super low, but all looks good to me. Alright, cool, thank you. I won't go in and mess with it. Yeah, there was like 2 secondsy for like low latency and the audio delay, and I was like, I don't know. I don't stream enough. I mean, I do now, kind of, sort of. I even have a little talkie-talkie for myself, but, you know, I don't know much about it. So yeah, I'll get it set so the delay's not so bad next time. I know it's always annoying when somebody asks a question and then they're like, oh, I have to pee, and they step away, and then it gets answered, you know. Like this. It's going to be 30 seconds until somebody laughs at my dumb joke. That's really not funny. But now they'll laugh because I said that, but not at the joke. I should get a timer going. "30 seconds is almost up. Here it comes." Oh, can you? Oh, okay. Man, I am like running out of stuff to listen to. It's that time of year where all the podcast people and everybody are taking breaks, and I'm just going stir crazy. Yes. Actually, while we're getting the factions merged, we're trying to go through and touch up the story where we can. Oh, nice, dude. Appreciate that. Oh, I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you, dude. I'll check that out. this. I'm normally able to stream a little bit longer, but this this cold's like really kicking my ass right now. So I'm gonna take off and try to get some sleep, and then I'll get back to streaming earlier in the day tomorrow. But thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it, like always. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll talk to some of you guys on Discord as well. I do too. My daughter has been getting us sick like crazy. We had RSV and COVID, and I don't know what we have now. It doesn't feel like it's super hardcore, but yeah, hopefully it's not. But yeah, have a nice night, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.